Hello and welcome to Crystal-Clair Divination. My name is Dina, and today we are going to continue with Jim Henson's Labyrinth Tarot deck and guidebook. Alright, camera. Everything works out better when we work together. Hello. Okay, so that's the book. Written by Minerva Siegel and Tomas Iho. Couldn't figure out how to pronounce that, by the way. Not that you needed to know, but figured I'd share. Alright, today we are working with the dancers, aka the lovers. Did you know the Bon Chicka Bow Wow is brown chicken, brown cow? I mean, that has nothing to do with anything. That was the weirdest thing to me. Someone made me wear that about 5 years ago. And now anytime someone's being playful and they're like, a Bon Chicka Bow Wow, I don't hear that. Alright, so, the dancers. The dancers represent two people perfectly in step with each other, beautifully, blissfully dancing through life. I mean, isn't that the dream? That's what we all want, right? So, yeah, definitely mat it, frame it over the bed, and then have the Rider Waite lovers beside it, you know, so it's like, or maybe that's too much. Or maybe do it in like fours, right? So this one, and then the Rider Waite, we'll put the Rider Waite here, and then the dancers, and then maybe, like, what is that other deck? Oh, the Never Ending Story. I'm definitely going to purchase the Never Ending Story. And then there was one that was mentioned, oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, right, whatever their version of Lover's Card, that might be cute. It might be overkill, but that's part of my personality, apparently. Okay. So, the dancer's upright. You're in total harmony with someone important in your life. This could refer to a romantic partner, a close friend, or a treasured family member. This tarot card also suggests you may soon find yourself at a crossroads. Will you stay dancing in dreamlike bliss forever, or is there more adventure out there waiting for you? Only you can decide. Trust your intuition. And then this one is the dun dun dun. It's dun dun dun. Alright, so Rider Waite upright, love, relationships, desire, attraction, harmony, balance, alignment, shared values, oh that's a big one, communication, also a big one, and choices. Okay. Now, the dancer's reversed. A relationship or partnership in your life that you once treasured has soured. You may feel as though you're finally coming out of a dreamlike spell. Masks have been removed, and you're just now seeing this person as they truly are for the first time. Reconciliation has a chance only if everyone involved is committed to a better outcome. Sometimes it's best to part ways. And that is so true. And that is one of the hardest things for people who are loving and forgiving and trusting, people who believe in second chances and have faith that someone can grow, right? If you're the type of person that understands that different stages of life are different phases, right? And someone that you knew 10 years ago may or may not even be the same person now. There's some people say if they are the same person they were 10 years ago, then they're stagnant, right? There's areas of their life where they fail to grow, they fail to learn, they fail to heal. But then to see someone 10 years later and they're someone different can be a little off-putting, especially if the differences aren't positive, right? So some people believe that everyone changes, either for good or bad, whether they need to or not. And then there are some people who believe that people will not change at all unless they seek to change, right? Because change, good change, is something that is a choice, right? To change for the better, you usually have to be self-aware, And you have to be willing to take responsibility for maybe some bad choices you've made and make things right. But then sometimes good changes take place as a result of things like trauma, right? Near-death experience or the loss of a loved one, because either they moved away or they passed on, or something like that, right? So yeah, so if you're in this particular situation, where the dancers are speaking of here, you have to make sure that, if you're the one who needs to do the change, which we all need change, but if you're the one who is responsible for this epiphany that something needs to change, then you need to understand what it means to commit to that. Because it isn't always what it seems on the surface, and it isn't always as easy to understand as what you think, like, when the light, right, when the traffic light turns green, that means you have to go. But if you're a first-time driver, do you know that to go means to put your foot on the gas? I mean, if you've made it to a stoplight, hopefully you know by now. But that doesn't mean that information's stuck. You may need to be made aware of this more than once, right? And then for the passenger, it's like, okay, am I going to stick around and continue to repeat myself and tell this person? Or is it time for me to force them to pull the car over and get out? Like, where are we going here? So, alright, again, enough with the rinsing, as I tend to do. Now, Rider Waite reverse, imbalance, disharmony, misalignment, indecision, detachment, conflict, temptation, obsession, and codependency, right? Because with the codependency thing, sometimes people, and also attachment, sometimes people are not in a loving relationship where they are giving as much as they're receiving, or receiving as much as they're giving. Sometimes the relationship is attachment and codependency. And in that case, once the trust has been broken, or whatever the case may be, there may not be anything to fight for, right? You may find that in reflection, there really isn't anything there to fight for. And that's always a sad realization to come to, if in fact that's the reality of the situation. But it can be necessary, and it can be painful. But it must be done, right? So, the next card, the Chariot. And I think we will all agree this was a very fun part of the movie. I know a few people like this in my life. Not necessarily go-getters, but just, oh my goodness. So anyway, the bridge scene. That's all I'm going to say. The bridge scene, right? When we're first introduced to, oh man, I remember the dog's, the chariot's name, but what is the rider's name? Didymus. Sir Didymus. Yeah. He's a trip. I know very, very many of them in my life. So, anyway. He probably also could have been the Hierophant to some degree, right? Or the Hierophant reversed, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, thank you for once again being here. I do hope you're enjoying the videos. I do hope you're getting what you need from the videos. And as usual, I'm open to your feedback. If you have anything you would like to share or suggest, if you have any questions, if you like, you can shoot me an email at crystalclairdivination@gmail.com. And as always, until we meet again, please have a blessed and beautiful